Hey guys, how you all doing? It's Tuesday, and this week we're talking about stress. And I'm Stephen Webb, and I'm the host of Stillness in the Storms podcast. And yesterday we spoke about what stress does to the body and what it does to our lives, and a couple of just a meditation about going through the body and how we can just reduce stress by using the breath. And today, we're not going to really dive in any deeper. It's just we're going to be accepting things. Because one of the things we get really stressful about is trying to let go of everything. Trying to push everything away. Trying to get rid of all of our problems. You know, if only I can get rid of this. If only I can let this go and let it be and all that. No, just accept the situation. And then we can very often do something with it. So that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to sit in acceptance. And we're going to do a visualization of a beach. So thank you, Padma. And hi, Cheryl. Cheryl, you were first again today with the message. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Karen. Thank you for your message just before we went live. And yes, I agree with your husband. Stay safe. Stay safe. This virus is very dangerous. It's not so much the virus that's dangerous. It's how contagious it is. It may not kill many people, but it's very contagious. You know, if a virus only kills 0.01%, that's brilliant if only 100 people get it. But if a few million people get it, well, that's quite a few people. So it comes down to the number that get it more than how contagious it is. My candlelight, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? My little man. Yeah, he's cool. Paul made that for me. So who else do we have here? We have Annette over on YouTube and on Facebook. Patsy over on Periscope. Shelley's here and Katja's here. And Laura's here. Hi, everybody. Good to see you all here. We're going to be quite swift today because I got a meeting after this. And we're going to do the beach visualization. When I say the difference between letting go and I really elaborate on this on my podcast, which is coming out later today. You know, I go into stories. The reason why allowing things to be and accepting things is way more important, and way more beneficial than trying to let things go. And people come along and say, well, forgive and forget. Well, it's not that easy. Life's not fair. Life's going to dish up bad things. Bad things are going to happen. You're going to feel pain. If you feel love, you're going to feel grief. They go hand in hand. And as we're humans, we make up stories in our minds. So we're going to feel anxious. We're going to get stressed. We're going to have a way in thinking of how things should be. Expectations. I don't like this. I think it should be better, or I think my life should be different than this. I think people should have treated me differently. I think they should have known better. All of those things leads to more stress. But realistically, if we just take a deep breath and go, do you know what? This moment is what it is. And then we can do something with it. We have power then to do something with it. And that makes all the difference. 7 p.m. there. So you're over near the Philippines way, are you? I'm guessing. Not quite that far. Maybe Thailand, around that area. Hi, Tarek. Embrace the natural. Exactly. And if we just, the problem is we very often don't want this current moment to be what it is. But there's nothing you can do about this current moment. We don't have control over changing this current moment. And even a thought, we don't have control. Once the thought arises, we don't have control to change that thought. But we try to, right? We try to even change a thought or change the feeling. I don't like this feeling. I need to change it. But you can't. You really cannot. It just doesn't work like that. You have to then Accept that feeling. And then when you accept that feeling, it doesn't grow so much. It doesn't overwhelm you. So yeah, hope that helps. Got an itchy eye. Embrace my itchy eye. It is what it is. I cannot say that now without thinking of a certain individual in the States that said it about 196,000 people dying. So, right, we're going to get on with this meditation. And it's one of the favourites, is the beach one. And we're going to do the visualization of the beach because, do you know what? Sometimes when you're really stressed and someone comes along and says, oh, meditate, sit down, just take a deep breath, clear your mind of all thoughts and just zone out. It doesn't work quite like that, does it? It doesn't work quite that simple when the mind just will not shut down. So what we can do is we can use our mind to do something. And doing a visualization of walking down on the beach and sitting on the beach and just feeling the sand and feeling the waves is much easier because you're giving the mind something to do. I hope that makes sense. So that's what we're going to do today. I wallow in my feelings or run from. If anybody's on Periscope, I want to ask you a question. Especially Patsy, if you're still here. If you're on Periscope, does my video keep jumping and freezing? Because I was watching it back on Periscope yesterday and it was terrible. And I don't think that helps. So I'm not quite sure what I can do about it, but there's something up. Everywhere else it's perfect. For YouTube and Facebook it's fine, but just Periscope. One of my favourites indeed, and your back garden. We'll do my back garden tomorrow, that's ideal. It's starting to get warm to hot here. Yeah, it's starting to get cold here. I've just had my gates fixed at the front of my garden. And I went out there to have a look and I was thinking all day today why all the bad things have happening to me all along, more so during the pandemic. Yeah, I don't think you're alone now. I think especially this year, and I think it's a human thing to, why is this all happening to me? It's so unfair, and I've certainly thought that in the past, Padma. It really, it's okay to think that. It's just try not to stay there thinking that. That's the thing. We can all think that way sometimes. You're certainly not alone. No, but it is on Facebook tonight. Oh, and I got your meditation notification after a long time, and I'm so grateful. Brilliant. Swaha. I'm just going to cough a minute, and then we're going to do the meditation. Can't cough properly because my chest muscles are paralyzed. So, right, I'm okay. I'm safe. Okay, you cough now, and everybody panics. I was on Periscope first and came over here because it was freezing. Interesting. So yeah, okay. Maybe I'll just stream in a lower resolution tomorrow. Right, let's do this. Right, hopefully if everything's well, you can hear me over the waves. And right, if we make ourselves comfortable and we wiggle our bums a bit, wiggle our arms out, and we take a deep breath and place your arms above your head. And then just allow your arms to settle down either side as you breathe out and relax. And then eventually let your arms rest on top of your lap. And if you can put your fingers together and maybe touch your end of your thumbs together, make like a circle with your hands. And have your feet flat on the floor. And then we'll just allow the body to relax, and then we'll start the visualization. But we'll use the breath as the gateway to this present moment. So for a couple of minutes, we're just breathing in. And then we're breathing out. Breathing in, and then breathing out. Breathing in calm, breathing out relaxed. And if you find your mind going into story, or you suddenly catch your mind in thought, just smile and thank you for the thought, but let's just sit with me. Let's just be here. And the thing is, when we're normally stressed, or when we've got something that's really going around in our heads like a flywheel, it's not always easy to just quieten the mind. It's not always easy to shut off those thoughts. So we give the mind something to do. And the mind likes to create more than anything else. It loves to visualize and create and use what's called the third eye, which is your eye of your imagination. So we can close our eyes and just imagine ourselves on the beach. We're sat on the golden sands. Perhaps we've got our legs crossed. And we're sat here just out of touch of the waves coming in. As they come in, they come right up just in front of us, and we can smell the water, smell the beach, and then it fades away again. And just like our breath, the way it comes in and grows and slows, and then goes back out again. It's not a steady, linear. Starts off slow, speeds up, and then slows down, and then does the same on the way out. And maybe you can feel the sand on your bum. Feel the golden sand and the warmth of it if you put your hands down either side, and you can feel the grains of the sand as you're playing with them with your fingers and your hands. And you can feel the heat of the sun just up in the sky above, shining down, and it's just catching one side of your face and down your arm. And the other side's in the shade, but it's still warm but slightly cooler. And you really home in, and while sitting here, feeling the waves and feeling the whole beach atmosphere, you really home in on the little differences of each wave. Every wave is slightly different. Some of them break early and don't go very far. Some of them break a little late. They come right up close to your feet. And these waves are like life, really. You know, life keeps coming at us and then going and fading away and coming back. But with the waves and nature, we accept nature for the way it is. We're okay with these waves, we're okay with the beach. We don't try to change the wave. But we try to mold life around the way we want it. And if we accept life in the same way as we accept each wave, we then become okay with it. And there's no need to let it go if we accept it. As we breathe in calm, breathe out relax. And feel it deeper into our lower belly. And as you're listening to the waves, don't miss any wave, don't miss any part of them. Listen to every single individual drip, every single drop that breaks. Pay enough attention to them that you're going to have to explain to someone one day exactly what it sounds like, exactly what a wave is that's never heard a wave before. Pay so much attention to it that you can explain it exactly. And as we slow down, there's so much more detail, so much more to experience just out on the beach. We often think we need to be in nature to connect with nature, when really we just need to close our eyes and connect with our inner imagination. See, when the mind's imagining what you're going through and what you're experiencing, the body doesn't know it's real or not. So the body thinks you're sat on the beach. Just holding the awareness of the waves and holding the awareness of the beach and the heat on your face. the sand you're sat on, and your breath, holding all that awareness, just expanding your awareness to everything on this beach, everything in this moment, everything inside of you, to every breath, every heartbeat, every wave. In a moment, I'm going to count back from 5. And we're going to return to this physical space, and we're going to bring this calmness back with us. And it's worth just noting that whenever we're feeling a little stressed, we can just take a few minutes out and give our mind something to do. Your mind cannot think about one thing and think about another thing. It can only think one thing at a time. And if it's thinking about sitting on the beach in a nice, calm, beautiful day and the waves coming in, it cannot think about what it's stressing about. It might keep popping in, and it might have to keep readjusting and coming back. Once you can live this and realize this, you have control over what's going on. You may not have control over what arises, but you have control over what you do with what arises. As we count back, 5, 4, gently open your eyes. 3, shake out your arms. 2, wiggle a little bit more, take a deep breath for a little more energy. And 1. God, I'm so lucky to be surrounded by beaches. Although I have not been near a beach this year. I just cannot wait to get near beaches again and just to smell the sea and yeah. I'm not a huge fish fan. I think they should stay in the sea. But I just love the beach. I love nature. I love rivers. I love water. How about you guys? My CPR. Breathe in, calm, pause and relax. Thank you. I love that, CPR. Calm, pause and relax. Never heard that before. Breathe in, calm, breathe out, relax. And there's always a pause at the top and bottom of the breath. Very often we only aware of the breath in and the breath out. We're never aware of the pauses. And it's the pauses that have all the fruit. It's the pauses in the thoughts that have all the wholeness. You know, if I told you now to tell your mind to bring everything to attention and you're waiting for it. Say, come on, give me all your thoughts right now and sit and wait. You can do this with me now. 1, 2, 3. Give me all your thoughts. Nothing. The moment comes completely whole with no thoughts whatsoever. How wonderful is that? And you can do that when you're really stressed. Say, okay, all right, you won't shut up. I will sit and listen. I love to eat sea fish, but can't much. See, it's really good for you. It's so much omega-3 and all that. And I just made it up. Well, it came from your wisdom. And I'm going to remember it. Pardon me. Me too. Fish are stinky. They are. I used to be a fishmonger as well. It's in my book when it comes out. The way I was kicked out of sixth form and I had to go and get a job, and the only thing they had was, well, we got a job on the fish counter. I was like, I'll take it. So I learned to prepare fish and all that. And just before I go, after about 3 weeks of working there, I barely learned how to do the job. David Lobb, the fish manager, and it was only really me, him, and then the other staff from the tills would cover. So after about 3 or 4 weeks, he went off with a hernia, and I was left in charge of putting all the fish out, doing everything. I really didn't know what I was doing. And I was there one morning, and we had a delivery of fish. And it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and you have these polystyrene boxes, and most of them are full of ice. And you open up a fish, you don't really know what's in it. I opened up this one fish, and it was a kangaroo. And they don't normally come with their heads and all that, but this one did. And it was 5 o'clock in the morning. It was winter time. It was not very warm. And as they opened it up, they put it in there, and it was like really squashed around. As I opened it up, it went like that and opened up. My God, I nearly jumped out of that place. I nearly ran out of the place and not ever come back. It frightened the heck out of me. This like eel that was about that big and about bigger around than my arm, and just, it wasn't alive, of course, but it was just crammed in there. Bing! It's like, whoa. I jumped up. Do I play chess, Russell? Do you know what? On Periscope, that's the funny thing you asked that. And I tell you why. I messaged a friend of mine the other day, do you play chess? Yes, I played chess at school. I was in chess club and everything. And I never played chess for, 25 years. And I never even thought about it. But the other day, 2 days ago, I messaged my friend and said, do you play chess? How weird is that? Not really that weird, but it's kind of synchronicity. Thank you, Russell. In answer to your question, yes, but not very good. Really terrible at it. And I want to get back into it because it creates the thinking and the planning. So I wish I could tell my mind to shut up sometimes. No, well, you don't want to tell your mind to shut up. What you really want is you wish you could choose what your mind thinks. It's not about your mind shutting up, I would say. But I hear you. I really do. It's because we got the wrong thoughts, or the thoughts that are not giving us pleasure. But the mind's designed to think. We got to help it to its direction of what to think. Message me, Annette. We'll get together. We'll have a chat. We're all hungry now. Love King Whited or Whited. Yes. Well, I don't really like much fish. Fish fingers and fish in batter. I'm English. Just before I go, there is one fish that I really do like. It's about the only one, and that's monkfish. It's like dogfish, isn't it? It's only got one bone down the back, and it's a really solid fish. It's like the steak of fish. I do like that, but it's quite expensive. So I've got to go because I got to go to a meeting 2 minutes ago. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you all Thursday. I'm not here tomorrow, but I'm here Thursday. See you all then. And I'm here Thursday again at 3, I think, or 3:30, I can't remember, with Dave Moore, a guest, and we're going to have a chat. So take care, guys. I will see you then. Bye.